but I was like just tracking him down, and then I finally got to read the script, and the script was a thriller. So that was a little confusing to me because he's like such a funny director.
Yeah.
And so I said, you know, what is this? Because the script is definitely like a twisting, turning, intense thriller. Is it a comedy or a thriller? And he said, yes. So then every day on set, I was like, is today a comedy or is it a thriller?
It's a good mix
and
of
it's
both.
like, yeah, it's like really kind of over the top and campy and trashy and fun and like, you know, kind of like my outfit, I guess.
I think it's important that we acknowledge that this isn't just Hollywood. This is so much more global, and it's not just, oh, guess what? This is what's happening to women suddenly. This has been happening since the beginning of time, but now people are finally talking about it.
Hey everyone, Azalea here. For years, Blake Lively built an image that seemed untouchable. She was the perfect blend of Hollywood glamour and relatability. Someone who could grace a red carpet one night and then appear effortlessly down to earth the next day. Fans loved her for it, but no one saw this coming. Now, she's at the center of one of Hollywood's biggest controversies in recent history. It all started with what should have been a dream project, the film adaptation of It Ends With Us, directed and co-written by Justin Baldoni. Blake was cast in the lead role, and at first, it seemed like a perfect match. With such strong source material and a dedicated fan base, expectations were sky high. But instead of a smooth, successful production, everything fell apart. What should have been a harmonious journey from page to screen turned into a chaotic mess of conflicting accusations, leaked messages, and legal drama. And just when you thought this saga couldn't get any crazier, a shocking new rumor has emerged. Apparently, a covert recording, allegedly captured by Blake's own daughter, has surfaced. And if the rumors are true, that recording accidentally reveals incriminating details about Blake's supposed plot against Justin. Hollywood has seen its fair share of celebrity feuds, but this one? It's escalating faster than anyone could have imagined.
It's a bit of a tough adjustment in our house, but it's good. I mean, I have two other daughters, so my oldest is very into the baby, but my middle child, not so much. But we're thinking of keeping her.
Does she like play with her? What does she think?
Well, she sort of like pretends to play with her. So like in the beginning, our oldest is like loving on her, and she's like very maternal, and then our middle daughter is just keeps away from her.
This situation is escalating faster than anyone anticipated. What started as quiet rumors about creative disagreements has exploded into allegations of manipulation, controlling behavior, and even a legal battle. The biggest shock? Blake's own attorney, who once stood by her, publicly walked away from the case. But now, the controversy has taken an even wilder turn. The latest development? A secret recording, allegedly captured by Blake's own daughter, that could completely reshape how both fans and Hollywood insiders view this situation. According to whispers, the recording wasn't intentional. It may have been the result of a child playing with a phone or simply curiosity while visiting the set. But if the rumors are true, this unexpected recording might just be the biggest twist yet. Before this revelation, the drama mostly centered around Blake and Justin's strained working relationship. Justin, known for his heartfelt storytelling and empathetic filmmaking style, originally spoke highly of working with Blake. He truly believed that her star power and charm would help elevate the film. And at first, Blake seemed to agree. She publicly praised Justin's passion for the story and showed enthusiasm for the project. But things quickly changed. Reports began surfacing that Blake was feeling overshadowed, especially since Justin was not only starring in the film, but also directing and co-writing. He was involved in every aspect of production, making him an undeniable focal point. Hollywood insiders initially dismissed this as typical creative tension, the kind of power struggle that often happens when two high-profile figures work together. But then, the whispers grew louder. Blake was privately complaining that Justin was controlling the film's narrative. She allegedly felt that she was being treated as secondary, that his vision was taking center stage while hers was being pushed aside. Soon, the frustration became publicly visible. Interviews showed Blake acting more reserved, giving short answers, or subtly shifting the subject when asked about Justin. Behind-the-scenes footage surfaced, capturing awkward glances and tense moments. At first, fans tried to explain it away, but as more details emerged, it became clear something serious was happening. Then, Blake made her boldest move yet. She accused Justin of deliberately spreading negative rumors about her to the press. At first, this seemed plausible. Hollywood is infamous for strategic leaks, where power plays are disguised as anonymous inside sources. Some even argued that female stars often face harsher scrutiny than their male counterparts, so it wasn't impossible that Justin had orchestrated something behind the scenes. But then, support for Blake's claims started to crumble because Justin's inner circle came forward with proof that directly contradicted her story. Leaked text messages painted a completely different picture. Instead of being a victim of a smear campaign, the texts suggested that Blake herself was the one pulling the strings. Messages revealed her discussing how she wanted to control creative decisions. She even referenced her powerful Hollywood connections, including her husband Ryan Reynolds and other influential industry figures, whom she jokingly referred to as her dragons. The implication? If she didn't get her way, there would be consequences. Some producers even admitted that they had received subtle threats. If Blake wasn't satisfied with how things were handled, she was willing to cut back on promotional efforts or withdraw entirely, which would have devastated the film's marketing. The stakes kept rising. Blake then took things a step further, filing a legal complaint against the production. She accused the team of failing to follow proper intimacy protocols during certain scenes. She also claimed that Justin had made comments about her postpartum body that made her feel uncomfortable. These accusations were serious and could have completely tarnished Justin's reputation. But then, Justin's team fired back, releasing unedited versions of the messages that Blake had selectively shared. The full conversations? They told a very different story. Entire sections had been cut out, messages had been taken out of context, and crucial details had been left out in Blake's version of events. At that point, it could have ended quietly, maybe with both sides stepping away from the controversy. But then came the moment no one saw coming. Blake's own lawyer abruptly quit. And they didn't just walk away, they released a public statement distancing themselves from her case. In Hollywood, attorneys almost never make public exits. They usually just quietly withdraw and move on. But this was different. And suddenly, the narrative shifted once again. Blake's lawyer didn't just walk away. They made it very clear that they had seen evidence that cast serious doubt on her claims. In follow-up statements to the press, they subtly hinted at text messages and other materials that suggested Blake had been selectively editing content to support her accusations. At that point, many assumed the scandal had reached its peak. But then, things took an even wilder turn. The focus suddenly shifted to an unexpected source, a recording allegedly captured by Blake's own daughter. According to insiders, this secret audio clip wasn't intentionally recorded. Apparently, Blake's child, either playing with a phone or simply exploring, accidentally hit record during a private conversation. And the topic of discussion? Blake was allegedly outlining a strategy, possibly orchestrating a situation where Justin would be made to look dismissive or unsupportive. If the rumors are true, this conversation could prove that certain events were staged or exaggerated to cast Justin in a negative light. Of course, these claims remain unverified. Neither Blake nor her family has made an official statement about the alleged recording. But in the age of viral speculation, just the possibility of this clip existing has set the internet on fire. Skeptics argue that this sounds too far-fetched. Would a Hollywood star really make damaging statements with her own child nearby? Would she risk a phone recording the conversation without realizing it? And if it did happen, how could she fail to delete it in time? Others, however, see it as entirely possible. After all, this scandal has already delivered one shocking twist after another. If such a recording does exist, it could be disastrous for Blake's efforts to control the narrative. For years, she cultivated a polished reputation, balancing Hollywood's stardom with a down-to-earth, relatable public image. But things started to shift when text messages surfaced. messages that directly contradicted key parts of her story. If this audio clip is made public, and if it really confirms that Blake plotted to discredit Justin, it could overshadow every piece of evidence revealed so far. Meanwhile, Justin has remained steady. Rather than attacking Blake directly, he has stuck to his stance, emphasizing transparency, respect, and the importance of resolving creative conflicts through direct dialogue, not through manipulation or media leaks. Since Blake's lawyer walked away, Justin's position has only grown stronger. The attorney's exit alone suggested that Blake's claims were unsustainable. Now, if this recording surfaces and backs up Justin's side of the story, it would give him even more credibility, without him having to say a word. From Blake's perspective, the stakes have never been higher. Her longtime lawyer, someone who knew both her personal and professional history, chose to distance themselves rather than defend her against hard evidence. If this recording is real, she might be left with only a few options. 1. Deny everything, claim the audio is fake or manipulated. 2. Blame editing, argue that the clip was taken out of context. 3. Change course, adopt a softer, more apologetic stance in hopes of salvaging her reputation. None of these choices are easy, especially when Hollywood insiders are already skeptical of anything new she says. Meanwhile, more production sources are coming forward, offering additional details that paint a picture of how minor disagreements spiraled into major accusations. For example, a production assistant recalled instances where Blake demanded multiple retakes, claiming it was for artistic reasons. But later, she allegedly told reporters that those same moments were proof that the set lacked emotional support. And that's just one example. The deeper this story goes, the messier it gets. Some believe Blake's biggest concern wasn't just creative control, but how she would be portrayed in the final cut of the film. Maybe she wanted to ensure that she remained the center of attention. But whatever her reasoning, it's widely agreed that her approach backfired. Badly. Once the leaked text messages surfaced, and now possibly this accidental recording, the conversation completely changed. And now, the fallout isn't just affecting Blake, it's impacting the entire production. The novel that this movie is based on has a massive fan base, one that desperately wants a faithful adaptation. But now, many fear that this off-screen drama will overshadow the film itself. Some even worry that it could affect the movie's success, either by turning audiences away or changing how they view the characters. And Justin? Despite trying to keep the focus on the film, he might be stuck answering questions about this for years. There's also another possibility. The scandal could actually boost attention for the movie. People love controversy, and some might watch just to see what all the drama was about. But let's be real, that's not the kind of buzz any filmmaker wants. Meanwhile, the situation with Blake's lawyer, it shows just how unstable her position has become. Without her former legal team, she could face major challenges in handling future legal proceedings or depositions. And if that recording turns out to be real, the pressure to settle or to completely drop the case could become overwhelming. Some industry insiders predict that if Blake does find new representation, her next move might be a softer approach. She could try to downplay the drama, maybe even admit to minor miscommunications, while trying to distance herself from the larger scandal. But the real question is, would it be too little, too late? For now, everyone, Hollywood insiders and fans, is waiting. Will this mysterious recording actually be revealed? Will it show up in court documents, or will it disappear, never to be heard? Will Blake finally speak out, or will she stay silent, hoping the controversy fades? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, this situation has gone from simple creative differences to one of the strangest and most shocking Hollywood scandals in recent memory.